4 friends just crossed the exact same finish line with different worlds waiting for them.
Beat mom! Beat mom!
I think I did it.
Go James!
Call the ambulance!
Come on, I got it!
My friend James just ran the marathon that most runners dream about. 2:59 and change. Sub 3. Personal record, a huge breakthrough for him. And here's the crazy part. For Boston, that's not enough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the I Don't Know Running podcast, where we share our experiences to make running fun and sometimes not so fun. I'm Lewis.
And I'm Mitch. This past weekend, I got to experience extreme emotions through 4 runners at the Bayshore Marathon. One was purely for joy for the miles, highly untrained. It's kind of his MO.
I was going to say, he nailed his normal.
But he did it anyway.
He did all that normal, too.
If you were going to be, you could have came out and gave me a piggyback ride. Call the ambulance!
Come on, we got orange whiskey for later.
2 others crossed the line, looked at their watches, realized, hey, I qualified for Boston. One of them, I don't think, had it together enough to realize that she had qualified for Boston. She was a mess.
I'm like, I'm not going to get this fucking far and not make it. I wanted to throw everything off. I was like, get this shirt off me.
Well, you're definitely overdressed. You need a drink.
I didn't cramp or anything. I was just so fucking tired. Every mile. I think I hit like 8:30s. Like consistency every mile. I'm like, I'm going too fast. James.
Yeah, I watched him finish. He was like 2:59. No, but he was okay with it because he hadn't actually been training.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. The last 2 miles, I just was so pissed. I'm like, my pictures just gotta look incredible. I'm like,
That's how most of your pictures are.
I think I did it. I think I stayed ahead of those guys.
You did. They were still behind you. What's your watch say? Did you stop it?
I don't know. I didn't think my legs, just that last little bit, I'm like, 0.2, I'm not gonna make it. Oh my God.
3:45:08.
Okay.
No, chip time 3:44:29.
Man, I tried so hard. Man, I swear to God, those last 2 miles, I just kept telling myself, I'd like look at my watch and once in a while it'd be like 9:30. I was swearing so much, I'm like, I'm 2 miles from finishing and you're gonna it up for all of this work. Oh my God. I told the pacer guy, I was like, you got me to a BQ. He's like, because of course it's so easy for them, right? Because they're so young and they're chit-chatting the whole time, like it ain't no thing. And I'm like, I kept asking him, like, how are we doing? Oh, we're doing great. I'm like, okay. I f***ing did it. I can't believe it. And I didn't crap my pants, so that was pretty exciting. Of course, I'll tell my dad and he'll be like, well, you were still 2 minutes slower than me when I made it. Okay, Dad, I've BQ'd twice.
But then there's James.
Yeah.
James is in that tough bracket. He's 28 years old. He ran an incredible personal best, 2:59.
2:59.
His first time ever breaking the coveted 3-hour barrier.
Yeah. Man, that is special, too. I mean, man, I don't know. We will get into it more, but there is something about, well, I would say there are a few times in all of like running, right? So like Western States has sub 24, or really any 100 miler, sub 24, you know.
Or sub 20.
Yeah, but
Doing
it's
that for
really
me.
sub 24. That's what people shoot for, right? And
Well, it's a different color buckle.
well, yeah, and most races it is, and including Western. In marathons, it's at least for men, I would say it's sub 3.
Even a lot of women.
What is the time for, I don't know what it is.
I think that there's still,
I think there's women that can.
Yeah, but I know like Laura chased sub 3.
Yeah.
She was 305.
But I don't think that there is a difference. There's an offset of some kind. I just don't know is it 315? Is it 3?
I don't know. Because even Jenna I think she ran a 315 and she was still thinking that she could get down closer to that 3 hour mark is still.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. There's
nice.
a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tons of women can break 3. It's not like it's yeah. Like, so what I look at is what is the percentage offset from men to women elite, that percentage. So you can kind of wind that around the clock and go to 3 and go, okay, what's that offset then for?
I think that's
fair.
I
think there is a target, but I don't know what it is. And maybe it is 3. Maybe it's just generally speaking, everybody shoots for breaking 3 regardless of sex. And so that is a number we know about in marathons. In 5Ks, is it sub 18? I think that's a popular one, breaking 18.
Yeah.
That seems to be one.
Or 20. I always hear people say 20, but
yeah,
I think for like cross country, it's like
18 was the big number. Yeah. So at any rate, we say that to say breaking 3 in a marathon is a huge goal for many.
I don't want to take that away. I think he was ecstatic about breaking 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows his baseline training is working because he admitted, like, I thought because I was waiting for him at the 250 mark and I thought that's what he was shooting for. And he admitted, he's like, I really didn't have enough miles under my feet and enough training to really hit my ultimate goal.
You said he told you his long run was 13 or so?
Yeah. So that says a lot for what he did.
That's not marathon training. If he listens to this, let me give him some advice.
His splits were
rock solid.
They were rock solid. But he said he was feeling it. He said there was one hill in there.
Well, yeah, he only ran 13 miles in his training. Of course he's going to feel it.
He said there was a hill, 18 or 20 miles he was complaining about. And I'm like,
Bayshore?
Yeah.
That runs along the coast?
There's some bumps.
It's a bump.
But it kind of, I said, it always sucks at 18.
I'm trying to remember where is that at? Is it coming, once you enter into like come off the lake, like, is that where you come off away from the water?
I am not sure. I'll have to look. At the course.
All along that coming back seems like it's, wait. I think I might know where he's talking. Yeah. There is that one along.
He asked the other friends about it too. Like, do you remember that hill? And I think it's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that is a pretty popular one that people remember because going out, it doesn't seem like it's that steep going down. Yeah.
It all sucks on the way back.
You've ran it
13 times.
How do you not know what hill we're talking about?
I don't know.
I've ran it once, twice, once.
I needed to do it this year again, so I knew what he was talking about. And I didn't.
Well, we are going to talk about these 4, well, not just these 4 friends, but these 4 friends of Mitch's they kind of run some of the gamut of emotions and highs and lows and how people may approach both the marathon itself, how you approach your expectations of it.
And I want to celebrate each one.
For sure.
Because they crossed the same finish line with different approaches. And I think it represents quite a bit. It kind of represents the field, if you think about it.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And it is a general representation of the field. We realize that there are many others.
Yes.
But these are some pretty big general how people approach or run a marathon.
And what's good and what I love is I know these people. So it's more personal that way for me.
Yeah.
So
I like Eric's.
Yeah.
Just the pure finisher. I feel like that's how he's trained for marathons since I've known him.
He has actually trained and done really well though. I have to be fair with it.
me knowing him, because I feel like the one time
we did the downhill race and he ran his legs off. Like he
did not train like he should for a marathon.
He did for that one. He followed it pretty close. He quit drinking any alcohol and he was dieting and he was following the plan. I don't think he was hitting the numbers as good as he could have.
Well, I don't think he was hitting the mileage either.
No, I think he did hit the mileage on that one. That was the one that he did train for.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just don't think you can train for a downhill race for that. So his legs were a wreck at the end. So when it got towards the end and it flattened out, he claims there was a big hill. We laugh about it now. It wasn't a big hill. It was just he was wrecked.
Well, when you went downhill that long, level feels uphill.
Well,
100%.
Downhill hard for about 23 miles. Yeah. And it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Flat feels, but one thing about him, Eric, right? That's what we're talking about. He, like, his joy whenever he's doing whatever he's doing is so encouraging and uplifting to those around him. I'll tell you, like, he's one of the most fun people to run with and gives, like, if he doesn't change anything, I'd run with him all the time. Like, it's a joy. And those kinds of people really bring a fun atmosphere to running. So he doesn't have to hit a time, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. He's funny. Like, we always laugh at him because he takes a million pictures. So the next thing you know, he's off way behind taking a picture of whatever, who knows what he's taking a picture of, and he's got to catch up again. So, like, it'd be a lot easier if you didn't do that.
And then we have, you label this anxious veteran.
So this is Amy, and I would call her a veteran. This is her 4th marathon this year.
You said 40th-ish?
40,
she's
around 40 to
40
50.
Total, 50?
40 to 50
Don't
marathons.
want to short her, but she's ran several. She's run a lot.
She runs a lot. And she's, I always say, like, when people give her a hard time, it's like, I encourage stupid things. Like, I appreciate what she's doing. Like, she did, like, she qualified for Boston and decided to run a marathon the week before. And everybody was giving her so much crap. I'm like, probably not the smartest thing, but I appreciate that.
What marathon was it?
I can't remember. It was something out east. And then she did Boston to Big Sur, so she ran Big Sur the week after Boston. So she did 3 weeks in a row.
Gotcha. But she was an anxious qualifier.
Yeah, because she qualified last year at this race and ran Boston this year. And she had you figure she's around about a 4:05 marathon, and she got 20 minutes on that. Like, who does that? And then this year, I ran out, after James finished, I ran out to start, watching people come in, and she didn't even recognize that I was there. Like,
you're doing it.
she was out of it.
I mean, if you've ran a marathon, you've been there.
And then she come through.
Or enough marathons, right. I should say. You've hit that moment at that close, because it was within a mile, right?
Yeah, I was within a half a mile from the finish. And you got that little uphill as you come into the finish there. And she was just very focused at that point. And she come through the tent after getting her food and drinks. I think it was good that I waited, because I had to point her to the tent to go sit down because she didn't hardly know where she was.
Yeah.
And then I started recording.
Yeah. No, that is, I mean, if you've ran any number of marathons and pushed it, I mean, you could run marathons, I suppose, and never get to that point because you're never pushing your limits, right? Like, let's say somebody who's capable of a 3-hour marathon, if all they ever run is 5-hour marathons, they're never going to get that.
Right.
I doubt they're going to get to that.
Could be hot.
But you get to that stage, man, late in a marathon, and it's so tunnel vision, and I don't know, whatever the label is, you go deaf. Like you're not hearing things. You're seeing literally what's right in front of you, the next step.
And that's it.
And you're using runners around you as a guide. So you literally don't have to pay attention to anything because you've extended, as you said, her tank was empty.
Oh yeah.
And once that tank is empty, you're I think your mind, your body goes into conservation mode, and all it needs, it's doing the least amount it can possibly do to get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
And it is such a feeling. Every step, think about it. It's literally making me get those feelings again.
And it's interesting because last year because I couldn't run, I was so grouchy. I left early and I was kind of grouchy this year, and I'm glad I stayed because it kind of got me into like, oh, I can be part of this and not run. And I can be there for my friends and watch the finish and actually be part of it without actually running. So and I said this before, to be part of somebody that pushes themselves so hard to where they're basically suffering. It's an honor to be there, to be part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. To cheer them on, to congratulate them, to
make sure they're safe.
Yeah.
In some cases.
I tell you what, man, those feelings, I don't know where they, like to talk about it now just brings it up. And that's why when you were up there, I texted you and said, hey, what did I say? I said something like, I know it's last minute.
Yeah, he said something about it. I was like, there's entries. People are trying to, people can't run. So they're selling them on, like they're doing transfers.
If it wasn't for dog sitting, I probably would have jumped in the car, went up and just did the half. No train. Haven't ran in 6 months.
I could have drove you to the start even.
Yeah. It would have been fun just to do it. But I unfortunately had to be with my dog. That happens.
We got more stuff coming up. We got T-Rex.
Yeah. And then you have the accidental qualifier. Love these people.
This is funny.
These are people love to hate.
So this is Andrea. I've known her for a long time, part of the zoo crew, and been running with her. And I can get under her skin just like anybody else's because, I can just say the right thing and she's going to do it.
Well, she can get under other people's skin with this, oops, I qualified.
Well, she didn't make a big deal out of it before. Like she was running, I knew it. She didn't run Riverbank because she wanted to save herself for.
Oh, by the way, Amy ran all 3 at Riverbank.
Yeah, she did.
Congrats to that. Right. Anyway, back to Andrea.
I encourage dumb stuff.
Yeah.
So she ran, and then I looked at her finish time. I wasn't thinking that much about it. And I remember her saying she's got a big birthday this year. So I kind of put it together. And I looked at her time. And I looked at the BQ time. I'm like, you qualified. Why didn't you say anything? Like I took a snapshot of it and I sent it to her in a Teams message at work. She's like, oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to run. I'm too lazy. Like, whatever. I was like, you can room with Amy. She's going to go.
Right.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll only, still be expensive. But yeah, but that's cool. Yeah, the people that, I don't know, I think there are a fair number of people that, I don't know, it'd be interesting to kind of know who's running at that pace, that speed, that doesn't know their quality. I think there's actually quite a few.
I think she had to have known.
She might have known, but I'm saying that in the general sense, the true accidental, like, oh, I didn't know. I think there are those people. There are.
She downplayed it so much, and it was just funny. And she's like, I want to congratulate Amy. It's like, well, you did good too.
Yeah.
She's not the only one that did good.
No, that's cool. And then we have James. Poor, but also great job.
Yeah.
We did mention in the beginning.
Go James!
still not enough. So basically, his 2:59 leaves him 4 minutes short of the technical BQ of 2:55. He needs 2:55. And then he's another 5 minutes short of that, probably to truly get in, 5-ish.
Yeah.
To get in, at least from last year's, because you said it was 4:30 or 5?
4:34.
4:34. So he had to have had 2:50 and 30-ish seconds.
So basically another 9 minutes.
Crazy. And that is the speed of Boston right now and puts him in, he is in a tough zone to qualify.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number one, running sub 250, or I should say sub 255. He's basically got to run a 250 to qualify. That's fast.
Yeah.
Like that is hauling.
And it's funny. We were talking about this a few weeks ago before Boston, and I started to put it down together. And we're sitting around having coffee in the morning, and we started talking about how hard it is to qualify for Boston for the 18 to 34-year-old. And I started to kind of break it down.
Yeah.
And I had most of this together before the weekend happened, and it's like the weekend really inspired me to look into it more.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is a 16-year range, number one. All the rest get 5-year increments. So already you're competing against a bigger group. And then you have this was interesting and something I hadn't really thought about, the aerobic deficit of the ages 18 to 24. And you have here that it says data shows that the youngest subgroup, 18 to 24, makes up a very small fraction of the actual race field. Runners in their early 20s often lack the years of accumulated aerobic base required to hit a 255 for men and 325 for women. But as we said, it's realistically 250 and 320.
So reading that, and this is where we had some discussion earlier that we can still discuss, it kind of makes it sound like the 18 to 24 should be a little easier
than 25 to 20 to 34 or whatever, because they haven't developed that yet.
Right.
And I think that I mean, if it's scientific, it's scientific. Like, I get it. Like, yep, if that's what the data shows, that's what the data shows. But then I was just like, yep, that's fine. But are the numbers truly the numbers? Because how many 18 to 24-year-olds are really attempting to try to even get in? And
like what you started to talk to me, and I want to bring that up to our prior conversation. Like, how many people in our running groups?
Yeah.
Like, I ran my first marathon when I was 39.
Yeah.
My running group didn't have a whole lot of 20-year-olds. 18 to
25-year-olds. Not that it didn't. And
it's interesting that you brought that up.
Yeah. And not that they don't, and not that there aren't any. There are. 100%. There are. It's just not the majority. So if you have a group of 20, and you have a Wednesday night run group, that group of 20 most often is going to be 30 to 50-year-olds. I'm guessing. But I would wager to say, if you took polls, that's going to be that demographic. Then you will have one or two 18 to 25-year-olds, and you'll have one or two 70s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the group I run with is a lot of...
Yeah, well, we've graduated
it's
groups.
Mostly 70 to 80.
Yeah, we've graduated groups, that's why.
I'm really comfortable with that group, actually, to be honest. They're great guys.
So the numbers, while scientifically, yes, they haven't developed that yet, totally get that. But I don't think that the numbers are clear cut to say it should be this because of this.
We don't have access to the data and any kind of scientific study that tells us. We're only looking at based on how many people are actually ran Boston in that age group.
Right. We don't know who's not trying because there's no poll to do that. So we don't know the numbers.
And like you said, they're too busy partying it at that age.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You graduate high school. I don't think again, there are some, but it's a minor percentage. They don't graduate high school and go, all right, I'm going to get into my running career. Got to start taking care of my body. No, you wait until you're 30 and the weight starts pouring on and you go, guess I should start doing something.
I got married. I've been watching a lot of TV marathons.
Yeah.
And I'm fat. I got to do something about this.
And then you get into running. You get into a run group and go, oh, Boston? That's kind of cool.
I should try to do that.
So
we could be wrong. You can tell us we're wrong. We're fine with that.
You can tell us we're wrong, but we're not. But anyway, I think that if you look at most of those kinds of things, any endurance thing like that, that is usually somebody who has already established like their career, their family, things like that. Like look at the majority of your Ironman participants. They're not 18 to 25-year-olds. They're not. They're there, yeah, but it's a very small percentage. Number one, it costs a lot to do those things too. Going to Boston, we mentioned that. It's not cheap.
Am I going to make a house payment or am I going to spend it on a race?
I could make my next 2 months rent or I could go to Boston. Let's see.
So we don't know. We don't know what we don't know.
Yeah. So it makes sense that some of the numbers will follow normal things that just life is happening. And as we get a little bit older, we have a little more, disposable money. Nah, it's not necessarily true. We're just
dumber about it.
Maybe, yeah. Because when you're younger, you have a lot of disposable money. But at any rate, yes, the 18 to 24 crowd is not as big. And then you have these 25 to 29-year-olds. Well, actually, it's 25 to 34, really, right?
Well, I broke it down further. I did 30 to 34, to be fair. So
Gotcha.
I did 25 to 29 because I was looking on data on that. And that's the group the bracket that James is in.
Where he's in the 25 yeah, but very highly squeezed, massive group, but low Boston share. And that is interesting. The data show, and that's the other piece of this. Like some of the data we looked up, when you look it up, the trend is that we are getting younger runners now. So what the group that was 30 to 34, or let's say James's group, 25 to 29, whatever percentage that was, if it was 13% a year ago or 2 years ago, is now 14 or 15%. It's getting bigger. So it is starting to trend to younger. And we've talked about that a lot on the podcast too, that over the past 15, 20 years, running has blown up, and that's a long time, I know, but it's just continued to grow and grow and grow. So, I mean, just look at Boston. Just look at getting into Boston. How much faster do you have to be today than 10 years ago? Even?
That's crazy.
5 minutes faster.
It's crazy.
And it's interesting because I want to say when I initially started getting into Boston, they had actually relaxed the time, I feel like. I could be wrong about that. But I do know it was shortly after that it went faster, and I was glad I got mine in when I did. So I never had to break 3 to get in. So yeah, all that to say.
Well, I like that next part. The peak qualifiers are the 30 to 34.
Yeah, and again, I think that makes sense because you have that's a massive amount of people and a massive amount of people trying to do it. You get into your 20s, maybe your early 30s.
Because James, does he just need to mature a couple years?
You just got to grow up. No, I think honestly, that is a small subset of people. If you look at, I wonder what percentage run sub 255 or sub 250.
Right.
That's incredibly small. Like just breaking 3 is a very small percentage.
But I think it's interesting the breakdown in, like the scientific look at it. They have the youthful physical capacity combined with 5 to 10 years of running maturity.
Yeah.
So it's just keep getting in those miles and keep getting in that training. And there could be some other things, like you said, now I decided I want to do this at 30 years old. I don't
think
know.
that's a lot of it because look, I use myself as an example. I ran growing up, but I didn't run miles, right? Like I ran 5Ks here and there. But I didn't start running until 2 years before I went to Boston. I basically started running half marathons, graduated to the marathon, and ran Kalamazoo, qualified, and went to Boston. So I didn't need 4 or 5 years, but I was in my 30s, my late 30s, 38, something like that.
I was 39 for my first marathon.
Yeah, I think we started around the same time, roughly. Maybe
Just didn't know each other at all.
Didn't know each other then, but all that to say, I didn't have to build 5 years of what this is saying. I think that there is a lot to that, but I don't think it's the one answer of like, oh yeah, they just need to build 5 years of running to make it. At least not everybody. I think that is beneficial to a lot of people though too. So I will say that. And then we get into what's happening with Boston, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit too. The chasing gravity for years. Desperate runners would flock to the extreme net downhill marathons like Jack and Jill. But you said Jack and Jill is actually still within.
The Jack and Jill I looked up is 1,100 feet of loss, which is under the $14.99 that you would get a penalty from Boston from.
And so why not? I mean, that's the thing. It's like people usually go and look for a flat race. Well, that's not cheating. That's just you're looking for a flat race. I mean,
I think most people that are chasing a BQ are doing that.
Or downhill.
Right.
You know, they're not looking for, hey, let me find the hardest marathon that's all uphill to go do. Like that's not, you've done a couple that were really, really hard uphill race. Pike Peak. Go do Pikes Peak and try and qualify.
Yeah,
is that a Boston qualifier?
I don't think so.
Could you imagine? I wonder if it is. How many people use that to check the box?
I would. I'd be like, yeah, there you go.
I did it.
I don't think it's even possible.
I was just gonna say, how many people can qualify at that marathon?
Because they say
it's
average
double.
If you don't come from elevation, the prediction is your marathon time plus 30 minutes just to climb.
Just to get to the top.
And then you got to turn around and come back.
Yeah, I want to see what the elites finish that in. Do you know?
I don't offhand.
I think it's in the 4s.
It's pretty dang fast, though. Yeah.
I think it's in the
4s,
4s, though. I could be wrong. But at any rate, I don't think it's sub 3. But anyway, they chase the downhills. They do not look for the uphills. So, and we said Boston's downhill 460 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
That is a net downhill. It doesn't even qualify for world record. So it is a downhill. So to say like a Jack and Jill is, well, I don't want to do that because, I want to do it right. No, that is right. That's within range. All it is, because think about it. I don't get to go and do some super downhill if it's not in my backyard. But if there was one in my backyard, I would do it. I wouldn't say, oh, that's, cheating or anything. It's right here. No, it's a qualifying race. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So, but we did talk about that there are changes coming. The 1,500 and up to 3,000 basically is 5-minute penalty. 3,000 to 59 or 5,600 is a 10-minute penalty, and 6,000 and over no longer qualifies. You're out. Too bad. So sad.
But I think a net drop over 6,000 feet, I think that you're hitting diminishing returns. You're going to be
true. What was the one you guys did out there? The big, was it like, what was that one?
The one that I did
3,000-ish?
Within under the 3,000 feet. So
under
it would have been it would have been a 5-minute penalty.
That's crazy, man.
I did 2 of them like that.
Didn't we look it up and we couldn't even hardly find them that were 6,000?
Yeah, I don't think there's one out there even.
Yeah. And you're right. I can't imagine dropping 6,000 in a marathon and even being able to walk.
Because I did Estes Park, and it starts out with a steep downhill for about 6 miles.
Oof.
By the time you hit flat, you're done.
You're wrecked.
You're pretty much, your quads are done.
So yeah, I don't think, that these are loopholes, quote unquote. For years, Boston, or people wanting to qualify for Boston, have tried to find easy race courses.
Find some kind of edge.
You don't want courses that have a bunch of little cones to out and backs that kill momentum, that kill,
or those hard turns, like where you go out and it's like you got to run around this cone, then around this. Those suck.
Like those, yeah. So go find the course that is easy to run and run it and be okay with it.
Bayshore is a good course.
And Bayshore is. Bayshore, Glass City, Charlevoix, all like...
Even Grand Rapids is a
Grand Rapids, another one. Yeah. Kalamazoo's a little tougher, but I wonder what the course is now. It's been years since
you could do it
last year. Maybe, we'll see. Not holding my breath.
Me either.
So yeah, is the struggle to get into Boston helping or hurting?
Is it hurting the joy? Like, is it taking away the joy of running for you specifically, for a listener? Like, if you're just chasing to get that BQ, it was for me at one time. I was within a minute and I had to kind of stop and reset and say, is this why I run?
Yeah.
And it's not. And I had to change my focus and say, more go towards what Eric did at Bayshore and just have fun with it.
Yeah. And you've embraced it for years, and that's brought you a lot of joy, a lot of experiences and things you would not have done had you just tried to chase Boston.
Yeah, and it doesn't take away. Would I still want to run Boston? Absolutely. I don't know if it's worth it to me, especially with the way things have been going, to put all my eggs in that basket.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. Yep. And it's not to say anybody going for it is, that's good too.
Some people have that little competitive, okay, make it hard. And I have to do that. Some people have that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like me with running in general, what keeps me running is having a race on the calendar. If I don't have a race on the calendar, I need something to drive me, and that drives me.
Did I tell you I signed up?
That kind of stuff. But even that, that makes, talking about T-Rex, things like that, that drives me. It gets me excited. I got to have that stuff. And I do enjoy it. I love the environment, but I got to have something. That's my motivation.
Did I tell you I signed you up for that?
No.
I had to sign a check in the mail.
For T-Rex? yeah, right.
We can sit down by the creek with some NA beers afterwards.
We did that 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's
T-Rex.
where I started my journey. Where
was it? T-Rex? Was it right after that?
It was. I was having problems, but then it's like, whoa, I'm having some issues.
And here we are 2 years later.
Right.
Graduate. 2-year training session. Now you're graduating.
I need to close the loop.
Yep. Well, let us know. Are you chasing Boston? Does it wreck your experience and joy of running because of chasing Boston? And I'll say this, if it is, change why you run. Don't let that wreck the joy of running.
Right.
Let us know in the comments, but that is going to wrap up this episode of the I Don't Know Running podcast. Be sure to tune in next time as we share more about what we just don't know.
Until then, happy running.